Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name's Andy R and this is the Brotherhood of Men, a channel solely dedicated at getting you men out there the best outcome in your lives, even if it's only a little bit, because a little bit better is better than it is. And I do that by giving my opinion on subjects, by sharing articles with you, by sharing information generally, because as I've said many times, you can't live long enough to make all of the mistakes yourself. So learn from the mistakes that other men make so that you don't make them in your life. And that would be the best way going forward. Today's subject is, well, you've seen the thumbnail and that's why you clicked on this video, is women live in chaos. They are chaos themselves. Excuse me. Now this is going to be a little bit of a lesson, so sit comfortably, get yourself a nice beverage of your choice, relax and take the lesson, because here it comes. Traditionally, oh by the way, it's still the weekend of the 5th of November, and because it was on a Friday, some bonfire night celebrations will be on the Saturday and on a Sunday. Some actually happened on the Friday night. This is traditional. We have people letting fireworks off before the 5th, and we have them afterwards, and we have them around Christmas time as well. So if you hear bangs and pops going off in the background, as I've said before, I don't live in a war zone, but then again I'd say that if I lived in a war zone, wouldn't I? It's just fireworks going off. So here's today's lesson. Today's lesson is women who live in chaos, and they do. Generally, women are chaotic creatures. Some will stagger from one drama to the next, and in certain cases, if there is no drama, their life is settled, they will create it themselves, because women, for some unknown reason, love drama. And there are some men like that. But unfortunately, they're the men who would probably have been surrounded their whole lives by women. And all they learnt by being surrounded by women was drama is the natural state of affair. And it's not. For a man, the natural state of affair is order. We're constantly inventing things, building things to create order, to create a more settled life for ourselves. This is why men built the world. We built the world that women live in and are now complaining about how settled it is, because they like drama. Why do you think in universities the drama there is all about how men are rubbish? Why do you think the schools are, even at young schools, they're getting boys to stand up and apologise to the girls for being boys? That's just disgraceful. It's disgusting. Excuse me. Anyway, so going back to the lesson at hand, and that is that women live in chaos. Now, throughout history, and I'm talking thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years of written history, women in mythology, etc., have always been the side that's been shown as chaos. Because order, men can't live without chaos, women. Our species would stop. Quite simply, we would end as a species, because we'd be having no more progeny, we'd having no more offspring, and our species would stop. It's the same that light can't exist without dark. Good can't exist without evil, because what would good be fighting against if there's no evil to fight against? You see, it's a yin-yang type thing, the two halves of a whole. One needs the other. I'm going to do a video very soon, and I hope you guys get a giggle out of it, because I'm doing it on a humorous kind of level, about the Adam and Eve story, the original. If you're an Abrahamic religion, you know the Adam and Eve story, so you know that Adam was the first man and then Eve came along as the first woman. Well, I'm going to retell that story with what we now know about the male nature and the female nature, and I think you'll get a giggle out of it. If it's something you think you'll get fun from, hit the subscribe button, don't forget to hit the bell notification, that way you won't miss out when I upload it, and you don't want to, because it's going to be fun. Also, from the way up there, don't forget to give the video a like, because likes are like a woman needing attention. the video needs them. It helps the algorithm. So give the video a like. Anyway, going back to the nature of chaos and women. Throughout history, and like I say, our written history, what we know of our past many thousands of years ago, in the pantheon of gods, the female character was the chaotic character. Going back as far as we possibly can, there was two deities that were blind, facing each other, and in the centre of them was a rope of, you could think of it as light or something. It was reality. And the one blind deity, who was the female character, was ripping the rope to bits, absolutely ripping it to bits, because she was chaos. And order, the male deity, was grabbing these pieces and reforming them back to the strand of reality. But of course, because they were blind, he couldn't see all of the strands, and some of the strands fell to earth, which created the first gods, because they were created from reality, so were extremely powerful, and created the first, well, actually the first titans. Then the titans created the pantheon of gods, which we understand on Olympus, etc. Different older religions have the different, but they all have these pantheon of gods, and it's always in that pantheon where the women represent chaos and the men represent order. And throughout history, we've understood that we need each other for the species to carry on. But women nowadays, more modern women, the traditional woman would take the guidance of the order, in other words, the man in the relationship, to calm her chaos down, so that we could work together and be helpmates to each other. Nowadays, in modern society, women have convinced themselves, I don't need no man, I'm strong and independent. And all that that's created is chaos in their lives that we men who like order are avoiding like the plague. We are avoiding it like an STD. We don't want to deal with, because there's only so much chaos we can deal with. There's only so much drama that we're prepared to put up with. We'll put up with some because it can be a motivator to a man. A little bit of chaos, a little bit of drama can be a motivator to a man to achieve better in his life. Because if we're left on our own as men, and we like order, we like things settled, we can stagnate. That's the bad side of too much order. Just as too much chaos can create an absolutely terrible life for somebody. So a little bit of chaos in an ordered life can create a motivation to do better. And a little bit of order in a chaotic life can calm it down so that you can see the wood for the trees. Women have decided to live in that chaos and drag men into the chaos, and we're not putting up with it. This is why so many men are walking away from relationships. We see so much chaos that we've gone, you know what, I'd rather stagnate. I'd rather sit on my own, scratching my balls, than have to put up with that drama. Because we can see women's drama. We can see all of those failed relationships as drama. And again, because women tell great stories, and if you haven't seen that video, go and give it a watch. Go and have a look at Women Tell Great Stories. They tell great stories to themselves and to each other in an attempt to make themselves either the victim or the victor in all of the stories they tell themselves, when in actual fact the truth is rarely like that. They very rarely want to take responsibility or accountability, and I will be covering that in my retelling of the Adam and Eve story, because I think you guys are going to get a giggle out of it, because I am going to do it in quite a humorous mode, but touching on real subjects as well, and with a serious side to it. So hit the subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell notification, that way you don't miss out on what I think is going to be a great video. Anyway, going back to the chaos story. So modern women, because they've convinced themselves, well, no, that's not entirely true. It's not that they've convinced themselves, they've quite literally been brainwashed by the system they grew up into to believing that they don't need no man, and that they're strong and independent women, and all of this nonsense instead of what was traditional to say, yes, you do need a man. And men, we do need women. And we aren't putting up with the ones that you're offering us because we're being offered too much chaos. Do you agree with me? Do you think what I'm saying is absolute bunkum? Or do you agree that women nowadays are just absolutely chaotic, staggering from one drama to the next? If so, leave it down in the comments below. Also, if there's a subject you'd like me to cover, and I've just done a few videos of subjects left in the comments by subscribers or not subscribers, just comments that I thought that would make a good video. If there's something you'd like me to cover, again, leave it down in the comments. And if I think it's something my brothers out there, you guys who are the Brotherhood of Men, are going to get a kick out of, are going to get some information from, something that maybe you don't know already, I'll cover it. I'll give my opinion on it. So yeah, on the way up, hit the like button. Like I say, the like button is like a woman who needs validation, who needs attention. This video needs likes because it helps the algorithm, and I do want to grow this channel. I want to grow this channel. I want it to be massive. I want an army of my brothers out there who are saying this isn't good enough and we're changing it. Anyway, I'm going for a cup of tea because I think I've earned one. You guys out there, you take care of yourselves, because if you don't, who will? Anyway, I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.